Hello and welcome to another video tutorial section. And in this video tutorial section, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how you can share a particular folder or a particular file with a friend or a colleague. All right, so let's say for instance you have a colleague at work who uses OrangeDrive as well, and you intend to share a file or a folder with this individual so that he or she can have access to the contents of the folder and use it for whatever reasons there may be. Okay, so I'm going to show you how you can share a file or a folder to this person, and the person will have access to view all the contents of the file, to add fresh contents to the file, and any addition or subtraction done to the file, any effect done to the file affects the file everywhere, both from your end and from all the users end. Okay, so it's important to know that you can share a particular folder or a file to more than just one user. Okay, you can add multiple users, you can add multiple persons to people that can view or edit that particular folder at any time. All right, so you can give them a particular level of let's say privilege. Okay, you can let them just view the folder and view the content and not add or remove anything. You can also give them the privilege to view the content, to delete, and to add. All right, to add contents to it. So this is all up to you as the admin, as the or the owner of the folder, to give whosoever you want to give the privilege or the amount of rights you think the person deserves when it comes to the usage of the folder. So one thing I want you to know is that before you can share any folder or any file with anybody, that particular person has to be a user of OrangeDrive. Okay, the email you're going to share the folder or the file with has to be a member or a user of the OrangeDrive software as well. All right, so if the person is not a user of OrangeDrive software and you add his or her email address, you will see that it's not possible to share this file with that person. Okay, so right now I have a particular email address that is also a user of OrangeDrive software, and I'm going to use that as an example to show you how you can share your files with someone else. All right, so let's say for instance I want to share this file with someone, this one that is named YouTube thumbnails actually. Okay, so first of all, you can get to know the size of the file by clicking on it. When you click on it, you can see that we have the size of the file right here. Okay, you have the file type, the folder type, which is a folder. You can also add a description to it. Okay, let's say you want to share this folder and it contains work data that has to do with customers that you got from a particular campaign you did. You can add that here so that the person that gets to have access to this file will know exactly the details and one or two things he or she needs to know about the file. All right, so this is just to optimize your working ability or whatsoever you want to call it. All right, so let's go ahead. So let's say I want to share this file. I know the size of the file and all that, and I want to share it with a particular member, a particular user. Okay, so one way I can do that is by, when you select the file by clicking on it, you can click on this particular option right here that says manage people. You can see it right here. Okay, you can click on this particular option to add a user to this particular file. All right, so when you get to this point, what you have to do is to add the person's email address, and make sure that the email address you add here is a user of OrangeDrive or it's soon to work. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to add just any email address, and let's see if that works. So this particular email address doesn't have an OrangeDrive account. All right, so I just added it up, and I'm going to click on enter. And you can also add another email address if you wish to share this particular file with folder with multiple users. Okay, so I just entered one email address, I clicked on enter. You can enter another email address, click on enter. You can enter another one, click on enter until you're done. Okay, so based on the particular privilege you can give to this particular user or particular person, you can choose that privilege by clicking on this option, this the end place right here. You can see this option right here that looks like a pen. You click on it to choose the particular privilege you want this person to have access to. All right, so you can see the first one there says can edit, and it says people can edit, delete, and copy the items to their own drive. All right, so when you choose this particular option, this person has like a full access to this particular folder you're about to share. He can edit it, he can add files to it, he can delete files from it, and he can choose to make a copy of this folder and keep it for himself or for herself. All right, so that is what this particular privilege is all about. You can see we have the can download option, which allows this person to only view and download this item. All right, you can see we have the third one right there, which says they can only view it, which is the can view option. All right, so when you choose the can view, the person only gets to see, doesn't get to copy, doesn't get to add, doesn't get to remove. All right, so that is it. You can choose any of the three that suits you, and when you're done, you can click on the share. Remember, this particular user doesn't have an account with OrangeDrive, so when I click on share, let's see what happens. You can see it says user with the email. This does not exist because he or she doesn't have an account with OrangeDrive. All right, so if this person has an account with OrangeDrive, he or she will get to receive an email right away and get to access this folder very easily. Okay, but let's say I add an email address that has access to an OrangeDrive account. I'm going to do that right now. All right, so this particular email address has access to has an account with OrangeDrive. So when I enter the email address, I click on enter, and I can enter another email address if I want to. I can choose to change the privilege. All right, so and I click on the share. All right, so as you can see, he or she now has, you can see that the email address now pops down here, which means this person will now receive a message and has access to this particular folder. All right, so you can also change the privilege here as well anytime you want to. Okay, so you can add other users, change their privilege, and add them up to have access to this particular folder or file. All right, so when you're done, you can either click on the close button right here. You can click on this particular X sign right here to close this tab. All right, so you can see when you click on it, you can see that you have a view of all the people that have access to it right here. Because this is the owner, which is myself. You can see that we have the person I just added, which is Orange JV. All right, so that is a JV user. Okay, so this is a folder that I just shared. You can see the appearance right there on the folder icon that shows you that multiple users have access to this particular folder. But you can see this one right here is just me that have access to it, and you can see the difference there. All right, so multiple users have access to this, but just myself have access to this. Okay, so let's try that. Let's try to share a file. Remember, we just shared a folder. Let's try to share a file and see. When you right click on it, you can choose to manage people right here. You can enter an email address, jv at orangedriveapp.com. Okay, so you can choose the privilege, can download, share, and close. All right, so as you can see, I've given this person access to this particular file as well. So sharing a folder and sharing a file basically operates with the same principle. Okay, there's no difference there. You can share a folder, you can share a file, just the same way. You can choose to share multiple files as well. Let's say I want to share all these files, all of them. So I can click on this one, then hold my control button on my Windows laptop. Okay, you hold it and you can now use I can now use my mouse to select other files that I wish to share. Okay, as you can see, I selected all the files right here. All the files and folders are selected, and to share them now, you can click on the manage people icon, and you can see that we've already given access to a particular folder to this person. You can choose to add a new email address to give the person access to all three folders as well. Okay, so this is one way you can share multiple files, and I've shown you how you can share just a single file. Okay, I'm going to repeat what I said before. If you want to share multiple files, what you need to do is to select the first file by clicking on it, hold the control button on your laptop, your Windows laptop, and then select other ones with your mouse. All right, then when you're done selecting it, you now click on this particular option right here to share these folders to any user of your choice. Okay, don't forget that the condition that this demands is that any person that you share any folder or any file with has to be a user on OrangeDrive. All right, so if this person is not a user on OrangeDrive, he or she cannot have access to the folders. All right, so thank you guys for watching, and I hope this helps you. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good day.